because I understand that you guys are against abortion 100%. I completely understand that. And I think, you know, you have the right to have that opinion, of course. But I mean,
where I'm at right now, doing what I do through my work.
Bad to say someone else can't based on. I
don't even live in Naperville.
So, are you saying someone can't have abortion based on your religious beliefs?
We're saying that God has declared in His Word, the Bible, "Thou shalt not murder," and killing an innocent human being is murder.
So you are debating from the standpoint that it's immoral because of your religion.
Own your own business.
Right. Everybody has their own religion.
Okay.
Everybody's coming at life with their own presuppositions about the nature of reality, their own authority that they use to determine what's true and what's not true, what's moral, what's not moral. So.
But do you see other protesters or other groups coming out with disturbing images on the streets though? I understand you're trying, by doing this, you're trying to make a point, 100%. I think you'd agree with that. But then do you see other groups coming out here and then having signs like that show disturbing images? Now,
well, we're showing what people are doing, right?
Exactly. You're showing it to make a point, exactly.
Right.
But do you see other groups doing things like this to make a point, though? I don't think you do. You don't see...
Animal rights activists might do something like this, right?
I have never seen anything like that. I see this all the time.
Well, I don't think you see this all the time.
I actually have, yeah.
Because a lot of people aren't doing this. We want more people to do it.
I actually have seen that exact sign multiple times.
Okay.
Similar to it. I mean,
okay.
I was at a Bernie Sanders rally rather recently and I saw that.
Okay.
I mean,
yeah, we get around here, so we're getting the message out to a lot of people.
You guys definitely are.
Yeah, but it's good because thousands of kids are being murdered every day in this country by abortion. So we got to show it to thousands of people. We got to reach a lot of people, right?
I disagree with the marketing method. If you're, you don't see any other activist group going out and having signs like this. You don't see Planned Parenthood doing that. You don't see the NRA doing that. You don't see any other group doing that.
Because they're not trying to show what's happening to like people who are being butchered to death in a hidden place where you can't see it. So we need to bring to light what's hidden in the dark, right?
Do you support the defunding of Planned Parenthood then?
Do I support what?
The defunding of Planned Parenthood.
Sure, but I think we should abolish Planned Parenthood. I think we should abolish abortion.
You do know that only 4% of their funds go into abortion, and in fact, none of your tax dollars ever gone to abortion. Every abortion that's ever been done by Planned Parenthood has been done through donations. So none of your tax dollars ever gone towards it whatsoever. Not only that, but
they're evil. It doesn't matter. They're still an evil organization.
And I will tell you why I disagree with that.
Okay.
So first of all, they provide 4 in 10 women get their only source of health care from Planned Parenthood. Only source.
William!
Second of all, they provide men's care. They also provide $1 million worth of sexual health care, sexual education, which pretty much what that does, it prevents the amount of unwanted pregnancies to begin with. It means less abortions in general. And in fact, a Texas study shows us that that when you don't have Planned Parenthood there, because Planned Parenthood has been defunded in Texas, or at least abortion is not allowed there, you find that when there is not when abortion is illegal in states, you find that there's actually more unsafe abortions being done in those states, which are harmful to women. At least this, when you tax and regulate it, at least they're safe and the mother is not harmed in that situation.
Well, the thing is, there are no states. All states have abortion legal right now. And
well, in certain regards, Texas is not necessarily in Texas.
No, Texas, it's perfectly legal to murder kids in Texas through abortion. Yes, it is.
Sir, I'm pretty sure it depends on the law, sir.
No, look it up, man. There are people actively trying to abolish abortion in Texas right now. Abortion is still legal in Texas, okay?
In certain cases, sure, yeah. In cases of rape, sure.
No, in a lot more cases than just rape. Just like so people are being murdered by an organization. Planned Parenthood murders thousands of people every year. That means they should stop existing. They should stop existing. No matter what they do, anybody else can give people that health care. Planned Parenthood is a murderous organization, so it should be abolished. And you're talking about like unsafe abortions. Every abortion is unsafe because every abortion murders someone. And I'm not trying to make murder safe for the murderer, right? So if somebody decides to murder their own kid and they get hurt,
so if someone gets raped,
then they deserve it.
Okay. So if someone gets raped, should they be allowed to get an abortion?
No.
Okay, so let's say if the mother's life is in danger, should they be able to get an abortion?
No.
So you are advocating for zero tolerance policy towards abortion whatsoever.
There's never a time where you get to murder someone.
Okay.
Never.
So
capital punishment is not murder.
Didn't you miss us?
You look familiar.
Yeah, we were arguing for 4 hours.
But well, I mean, I do have a disagreement here.
Yeah, like.
But
people are getting murdered. There's no way. There's no way that it's okay.
You failed to understand what I said earlier.
Okay, what did you say?
What I said earlier in a Texas study, it shows that pretty much when Planned Parenthood isn't allowed to do what it does, there are more abortions. And a Texas study shows this. You can look it up.
I'm guessing that's probably not true, but even it doesn't matter. You exterminate every killing facility, every organization that murders kids, and you call everybody to stop murdering their kids.
Sir.
You don't.
I understand where you're coming from. No, sir, I understand where you're coming from. But
I think it's kind of
that no matter what happens, abortions are going to happen. I think you'd agree with that. No matter what happens.
Right. No matter what happens, rape is going to happen, right? But we don't make rape legal, right?
Hold on. No, that logic's flawed.
Okay. What are you saying?
What I am saying is, when you tax and regulate it, you are going to have less overall. And
no.
You either can have it unsafe or you can have it safe. You can't. You're not going to
eliminate that.
Good.
Right. Just like you're never going to eliminate rape, right? But you always make rape illegal, right? So you always make the murder of preborn children illegal, and you abolish it.
You claim to be defending children's rights. Why aren't you out here protesting the people being held by ICE and like the deportation facility?
Well, thousands of kids are being murdered by abortion every day in our country.
Being held and their parents being abused.
They're not being mass murdered by the thousands through those other things. This is mass murdering thousands of people every day.
Let's try and bring this discussion back to abortion, like you had here.
Okay.
Again, I'll go back to my previous point. I mean, you don't see any other activist group coming out here and displaying disturbing images like that. Do you see any other group?
Sure, because they're not dealing with the massive injustice that everybody thinks is okay. That's hidden away. That murders people by butchering them to death.
Sir, but the thing is, what I think you're doing here is you are losing people from your cause when you do things like this.
That's your assumption.
Sir, no, but okay. Some random person comes biking down the street. They don't know anything about this. They don't know anything about it. And all they see is that sign. Is that going to help your cause?
Yeah, because then they know just how brutal and evil this is. So when they think of abortion, they're going to have that image in their head for a long time.
When they see any other protesting group, do they see people displaying disturbing images like that? No, they don't.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what other people do. We do what we do because it's effective. People actually turn away from murdering their kids when they see these images. It's a fact.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Do you have a study?
I know a woman who did.
Give me a study.
If you hand me a works cited.
Give me a study.
A works cited?
Yeah, if you have.
Do you have a study?
Last time I was here, I gave you an MLA cited works cited page. I did. I printed you out an essay and I gave you a works cited page. So when you give me your works cited page and I review your sources and I see they're credible, then I'll listen to what you're saying.
If it saves one kid, then it's already done its job, right?
What?
You're like, oh, it only saved one baby. Okay, great. If I'm out here and I save one kid, if this methodology saves one kid, then it's done its job, right?
Wait, I'm confused. Why did I mention that? Okay. Well, I just don't understand why you're protesting this, but you're not protesting Black Lives Matter and holding immigrant children and all the other things where people are being killed, and they're actually living, breathing people, and I don't understand that.
Well, these are living people.
Is your argument about scale? So what you're arguing for is that this is on a much bigger scale. Is that what you're arguing for?
Yes, this dwarfs any other problem. Like, dwarfs. You understand? Thousands of people are being murdered by this every day. Every day. It's like 9/11 happens every single day.
You repeated that, sir. Okay, sir. Okay.
Because it's between like 3,000 and 4,000 kids murdered inside killing facilities every day in our country.
No, that's not real.
Yes, it is. Go look it up. Google it. Google it. No, Google it.
Google it.
I didn't get that number from the Bible.
The Google is not an accurate source. If you could show me stats from CDC or government websites that end in .gov, then I will listen to you when they're actually proven to be.
Like, so why when I bring up this injustice, do you say, oh, why don't you do all this other stuff? Why does it matter? I'm addressing a very grave injustice, right? So you should support that, right? So like, just if somebody was out here doing like Black Lives Matter stuff, would you say, oh, why aren't you like doing anti-abortion stuff? Why wouldn't you be like, hey, that's great, that's good, right?
No,
but okay, so you're just bringing up all this other stuff because you don't support what I'm doing, basically.
Well, obviously, I don't support what you're doing. That's what I'm arguing.
Sure.
I remember your face vaguely. Were you at the Bernie Sanders rally in last November? I remember seeing your face.
Yes.
Okay, so I have seen that sign multiple times before.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember you actually holding that sign and yelling in my grandmother's face, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, my 72-year-old grandmother. You were yelling in her face.
I don't think I told her to go to hell. I probably warned her about hell.
No,
I
told her she was going to hell and she was assisting people to murder their children.
Well, I mean, if people are on a path towards hell, it's good to tell them that, right? So that they don't continue on that path and they can be saved. Like if you want to help somebody.
That's not the thing that me to hell.
But sir, I mean, you come out here and you assume everybody's a Christian.
No, I don't.
No, but sir, okay, you're going to say, all right, well, you're going to hell because you don't believe in this. Okay, what if they don't believe in hell? What if they're agnostic? What if they're,
That's why I have to tell them the truth and trust the Holy Spirit to change their heart.
So then, are you not only advocating for anti-abortion, you're also advocating for Christianity? Am I correct in that?
Right, because abortion isn't wrong if the Bible isn't true. Murder isn't wrong.
Murder isn't wrong?
Murder is not wrong if God's law does not exist.
Yeah,
so are you
No.
there are no, so pretty much what, I'm going to break down what you're saying. Are you pretty much saying there are no morals of the Bible?
There is no other standard for morality except what has been laid out in God's word. Why not? Why not go kill people?
Why? Because I'm a human being. I realize what is right and wrong. I don't need God to tell me what is and is not right.
How do you know what's right and what's wrrong?
I don't know what's right.
Well, how do you? You're just assuming it. You're not giving a reason. You're just saying it.
I can look at U.S. government law. I can look at I understand what's right and wrong. I know that murder is wrong. Sure.
Why? Why is it wrong to murder people?
Why is it wrong to
in your worldview, apart from the law of God, why is it wrong to murder someone?
Why is it wrong?
Give a real reason, not just your preference, because some people think it's good to murder people, right? But you don't think it's good, right? So give a reasonable, logical reason why it's wrong to murder people.
Yep. I think that's an idiotic question, is what I'm going to say to that.
Oh, you're just assuming that it's wrong to murder people. You need to give a reason, right?
No, I'm not assuming it's wrong to murder people. That's a basic fact. I'm sorry.
No, where do you get that fact? How do you know it's a fact? You're stating it?
From having their impact be noticed on the world.
What if I say the Bible is true and that's a fact, and you just have to just accept it because it's a fact?
I'm agnostic.
Okay,
God
right.
might be out there,
right. But how do you know? How do you know what's true and what's not true? How do you know what's bad and what's good?
How do I know what's bad and what's good? U.S. law tells me what's bad and what's good.
Well, what if U.S. law says that it's okay to enslave black people and work them on plantations?
See, they did that and they changed that because
okay.
And man changed
but why is it? Why is it wrong?
Stop trying to
they changed it, but why did they change it?
They changed it because it was wrong.
And you shouldn't enslave
but why was it wrong?
Why was it wrong?
Because
it takes people's freedom.
You want to check out a restaurant down the block?
Ooh, I like food.
No,
thanks,
thanks.
man.
Free food, basically.
Why is it wrong? You need to give a reason.
Wait, sir, are you asking for me why is murder wrong?
Yes. Why? Because you say it's wrong, but other people say it's right?
I don't need God.
Yes. Serial killers think it's good to murder people, right?
Sir, that's because of mental conditions. I don't need God to tell me what is and is not right.
So you're saying this is murder? This is wrong?
Yes, this is murder.
Punishment, not murder, because you're still taking away someone's life.
If God is the only
because
thing
murder is
from murdering someone, then that's something wrong with you. Because you should have your own moral code telling you not to murder people. It shouldn't be a centuries-old book saying don't kill people, don't rape people.
Well, if it's your own moral code, then the rapist can say, hey, my moral code is I can rape people, right?
No, because U.S. law goes above that. U.S. law, the book.
But the U.S. law can change, right? The U.S. law could say that it's okay to treat black people like animals.
By the population's morals.
Okay, so you're saying a majority of people have a similar preference, and that's basically your morality.
Well, the majority of people are legalizing abortion.
You don't have to. Oh, okay. No. If you're, please read it. What you're trying to say here. You're not making a point. I want to hear what your overall agenda is.
I'm saying stop murdering people. Okay, stop destroying innocent people who are living in the first stages of life.
Okay, I don't know if you went to school or not. Okay, I honestly can't.
Let's not assume that. Like, no, that's not how you debate people. That's being uncivil.
Well, where do you get your morality? Please tell me why it's wrong to murder people. You can't even give me that. You can't even give me that reason.
Sir, but you fail to realize what you fail to realize is that people don't need God to tell them the morals. I don't need.
Yeah, they do.
No, I don't.
It's your arbitrary opinion, man. It's just your arbitrary opinion.
That's because us three are atheists, but we have the morals.
If you're logically consistent, you'll have to admit that there is nothing wrong and there's nothing right in your worldview. If you are consistent, you have to say, hey, if you like raping people, that's your morality. That's what you think is cool. Then that's good for you, right? Who are you to say they're wrong? You can say it's your preference to not rape people and to not have people be raped.
Preference. It's a law that you can't rape people.
Says who? What if they change? What if the government changes the law? What if the government changes the law and says it's okay to murder Jews by the millions?
Okay, when our female prominent society votes unanimously that it's okay to legalize rape, then okay, because the government says so. But you know what? That's never going to happen.
So you're saying your morality is based off of a bunch of people preferring the same thing.
This is democracy, it's how it works.
Okay, so that's your morality, but that doesn't mean it's actually wrong. You're just saying a bunch of people prefer that doesn't happen, and they say it's wrong. But there's another minority that does say it's okay to rape people. So who are you to say these people are right, or these people are right, and these people are wrong? You don't have a standard. It's just arbitrary preference.
Sir, can I ask you a question? So earlier, correct me if I'm wrong, please. You did mention that where was morality in Nazi Germany? Is that what you said? Where was God? Why didn't God stop him then?
Why didn't God?
Why didn't God stop him?
Oh, it's all part of God's plan.
God's plan.
Also, God likes to murder people.
God has ordained that people will get murdered.